Welcome to another exciting episode of the Real Travel Show. We're still in the Gambia, the smiling coast of Africa, and on location at Tamala Beach Resort, one of the very exciting beach resorts here in the Gambia. And we're going to be talking to a man who's done so much for himself and so much for his country. At one point, he served as the Vice Commissioner of the Electoral Commission of the Gambia. And for 11 years, my friends, he didn't take allowance. Quite admirable for a young man. Malleh Salleh is my guest on the Real Travel Show. It's good to see you, my brother.
Same here, Ras. Nice to meet you.
Wonderful. You've got a lovely country, I must say.
Thank you very much. It is beautiful.
You know,
it is one of the hidden gems of Africa.
I couldn't agree with you more. So let's start with the beach resorts.
Yes.
You co-own this with Jawara, who is a solicitor.
Absolutely.
You know, and you've got 50% shares of the beach resort, and your partner has 50% shares. Let's start with the name. Tamala sounds like a word in my language. So in Dagbani in Ghana, there's sort of a fruit that is called the tama fruits. So Tamala in my language, which is Dagbani, means the fruit. You know, I don't know what it means.
Well, we own 5 resorts,
Okay.
Omar and myself. And out of all the 5 resorts, we decided to name them after African musical instruments. Now, the first hotel was called Jaliba. Jaliba is the maestro kora player in our local traditional music.
Yeah.
The second hotel we built was Djembe. Djembe is the talking drum.
Yes, yes.
The third one was Balafong. Balafong is the xylophone.
Yeah.
The fourth one we built was Tamala, where we are sitting now. And Tamala is basically derived from Tama, which is the talking drum, the small African talking drum. We added the LA just to make the sound more memorable. So you can see, and then from Tamala, the fifth one we built was called, it's called the Kalimba. Kalimba is also a musical instrument. So all our hotels, names are derived from African musical instruments.
This is quite revealing. Did you always want to go into the building of resorts?
Basically, my education is in politics. I'm a political scientist. But at some point, we decided to get into a cooperation between Omar and myself to get into the hospitality sector of the country. Tourism contributes 25% to the GDP of this country, and most of the tourists who come to the Gambia will stay in a beach resort.
Yeah.
So we decided to contribute our quota in this very important sector of our economy, and we've done it quite well. I mean, we are now the leaders as far as services are concerned in the tourism industry of the country.
You've literally conquered the Gambia.
And we are proud Gambians. I mean, we believe that only us can develop this country. Everyone else who comes will complement what we are doing. But Gambians are the ones who are supposed to develop Gambia.
Absolutely.
We hope that more Africans also come and join in, because Gambia is part of Africa, and we look forward to more Africans also coming to do business in our countries, as much as we also have the will to go to other African countries to do business. And I think these synergies between us Africans need to be created more.
And I tell you what, the ambience here is amazing. You know, seeing what I call the African chandeliers, absolutely mind-blowing. And everything here has a touch and a feel of Africa.
Of course, I mean, we are in Africa. And I firmly believe that any tourist who comes from outside of Africa into Africa is looking to find something African.
Absolutely.
So,
something different.
And we decided from the beginning that what we are going to do is to promote what is Gambian, promote what is African, because if you are showcasing for tourism all over the world, let them come and see what is the best that Africa has to give. And I think this strategy has worked very well for us, because the tourists who come to us, be they from Europe, Americans, or even Africans, are seeing what is special about this beautiful continent of ours.
And you're fairly young for a man who's done a string of, beach resorts.
Thank you. I like you more that you are saying that I am young. I think maybe it's a result of our strong African genes. I mean, I'm 52 years old.
You don't look 52.
Thank Allah. Thank God. Thank God. Thank God. I mean, must be the sun. Must be what
The
Africa
vibe, the
gives us.
music, the food.
Yeah. So we have a lot to thank Africa for. And we have a lot to thank God for, and yeah, we've been supported by a lot of Gambians, we've been supported by a lot of Africans, and really, we are very thankful.
So 2 years after you opened this, we had COVID.
Yes,
You had to shut down.
absolutely.
How is business now? Occupancy?
Occupancy is good. We recovered very quickly from COVID because we changed our strategy. Prior
Okay.
to COVID, we were 90% dependent on the Western tourists. What we decided was to change the strategy and to implement tourism based on domestic Gambians and also tourism based on the sub-region. And we have to be thankful to Gambians. They have supported us a lot. It's a Gambian, 100% Gambian-owned company. These are 100% Gambian-owned hotels. We also are very thankful to our brothers and sisters in the sub-region that have really supported this new strategy that we have. Because if we look at it now, before we were 90% reliant on the European tourists, and if we look at the dynamics now, it is somewhat a 50-50. So the new strategy worked very well, and we are very thankful that we have had a lot of support from our brethren in the sub-region, and we hope that we can consolidate this and make this even stronger. Because I feel that Africans need to visit Africa too. Africa is a huge continent.
Absolutely.
Ghana is different from Gambia. Gambia is different from even Senegal that is next door.
Yeah.
And before I go to Dubai or go to London to spend my money, look into Africa. Because we have beautiful resorts in this continent that can match any resort in the world.
I couldn't agree with you more on that. Now, what are you doing differently from other resorts that has made you a leader in the hospitality business?
It's very easy to put four walls up. It's brick, it's cement, it's sand. It's, that's not the most difficult part. The difficult part is recognizing what your client is looking for. The part of the recipe that helped us a lot was recognizing that what we have in Africa, if you look at the straw, if you look at the straw roofs, if you look at our rooms and how we decorate them using African artifacts, if you look at our lamps, they're made from local products. We have realized that this is something that works very, very well. And our repeater base is very high because when people come to Africa, they want to stay in an African hotel. So I would advise anyone who is building a hotel, look at what we have locally. Let's not go to China. Let's not go to India. Some of the things we have to put in our hotels, of course, we have to import.
Yeah.
But
largely,
to finish your product, finish it African. Because this is what shows that we respect what we have. And this is what shows other people that we can be best with the tools that God has given us in our continent.
So what's next after, for Jawara and Saleh?
Yeah.
What's next for you?
We are going to continue developing this sector in this country. We are going to continue employing Gambians because a major part of our strategy is to employ Gambians. Before COVID, we were the biggest employers in the private sector of the country.
Interesting.
After COVID, our employment, of course, has dropped because we have a couple of hotels that are still not open. Yeah. But we are still moving up, and we keep on hiring young Gambians, giving them opportunities. And for us, this is our way of giving back to our country. Our country has given us a lot. It's given us all of this. It's given us this beach. It's given us this beautiful sunshine. We have to give back, and we always have to give back and take care of our countries, because no matter what, our countries have given us a lot.
Finally, on this, for young people who are watching, because a lot of our young people have gone a little wayward. They think it's easier to achieve success and they want to skip the learning ropes. As somebody who is largely successful, made your money here in the Gambia, what would be your advice, not just to viewers in Ghana and the Gambia, but all over Africa and all over the world?
Work hard. Hard
Well,
work.
they would say they've been working hard.
No, hard work and work wisely.
Okay.
I mean, you can work for 8 hours, but if you don't work wisely for 8 hours, you might only be working for 2 hours.
Okay.
Work hard. Be honest. Honesty is the key that opens up the doors.
Absolutely.
A lot of people talk about luck. Oh, this guy is lucky. This guy is lucky. I always tell them, I'm not lucky. There's a recipe that I feel if you follow it as a human being, God is going to open the doors for you. One of them is work hard, work extremely hard. Because when you are young, you have all this power. Utilize it. It's free. The power is given to you by God for free. Use it. And on top of it, be honest. Because when you're honest, your credibility is what will take you in the long term. It's good to make quick money, easy money. But when you make honest money, that's when your credibility is going to move you forward. And you will see what big things God will put on your plate.
Interesting. And I like the way you relate to your workers.
They are why I am successful. You know, I am the captain of a football team.
Yes.
But the captain himself is not going to win the World Cup.
That's right.
You need the other 10 players that are going to make you win the World Cup.
That's right.
We want to always be the top in whatever we do, and we cannot do it if our staff is not happy.
Absolutely. And speaking of World Cup, which team would you be cheering this World Cup?
Well, since Gambia did not make it, of course, we have to look at our Senegambian brothers. So we are rooting for Senegal. We are praying for Sadio Mane, and we hope that Senegal is going to carry this cup for Africa.
He's got an injury, which might take him out for a while. But obviously, we're wishing all the
Africa's turn.
Teams
it's Africa.
The very best.
What's that song? It's time for Africa. We are going to carry the cup this time around.
Absolutely. My brother, I want to thank you very much indeed.
Thank you very much, my brother.
You've got a good thing going.
Thank you.
And we applaud you and commend you highly.
Thank you.
For what you're doing. Job creation is key, to building and developing the continent of Africa. This is a man who has put himself out there to serve his motherland, selflessly dedicated to, the forward movement of the Gambia. That is the spirit. And that is Malleh Salleh, CEO jointly with his Gambian brother Jawara, who has also done quite a lot of things. At one point worked with the Ministry of Justice here in the Gambia. Young people doing a lot of incredible stuff, and they deserve praise and commendation. I wish you the very best. And to tell you the truth, I'm hugely impressed by the touch of Africa you have, to this beach resort. And I know if Allah blesses us with more health and long life, you're going to do a lot more for Gambia
Inshallah.
And Africa.
Thank you, brother.
Keep it up.
Thank you.
And we say cheers to health and prosperity.
Cheers to Ghana, cheers to Gambia, cheers to Africa.
Cheers to Africa. Amazing. Tastes good. Hello and welcome to the Real Travel Show, where we take you on an exciting journey of fascinating places around the world. Invite your friends. Be my guest on this weekly journey around the world. Discover the food. Oh yes, my friend. The music, arts, culture, and the magical sights and sounds. The Real Travel Show with me, yours truly, Ras Mubarak. You, my friend, are very welcome.
We gain altitude and take an unlimited look at Africa. This is an ideal way for us to bring together our people, our cultures, by erasing borders to promote bilateral cooperation, tourism, and business. By extending our wings across the African sky, we embark you and transport you in one day on our network. The quality of services, the reliability of our flight program, and our professionalism are values that define us. We are Sky, the Pan-African Airline.